FFVA is absolutely critical to the future of our industry. Everyone should know the FFVA's relentless advocacy for everything that we do. When we speak with one message from one group, our volume is much louder.
FFVA informs, educates, and advocates on your behalf. Over the last year, we have elevated your voice on the issues that matter most, while developing the next generation of industry leaders. On the trade front, FFVA continues its leadership role in urging the administration to implement a plan that offers immediate, effective, and enforceable trade relief to U.S. specialty crop growers. This year brought the release of 2 U.S. International Trade Commission reports in connection with general fact-finding investigations on the effects of imported cucumbers and imported squash on the U.S. seasonal markets. The findings unfortunately confirm what other studies have shown and what we see in the field every day. FFVA continues to leverage these findings with policymakers to urge immediate action. Florida's congressional delegation remains engaged on this issue, providing strong support throughout the year to amplify the impact of unfair trade practices and need for relief.
FFVA is important to the produce industry for many reasons, but probably key to that is overseeing and understanding what's going on in the United States with respect to trade policy. We have competitors around the world that produce citrus, tomatoes, and other fruits and vegetables that operate under different rules. And FFVA provides Florida growers both the voice in Washington and the eyes out for what's happening from a standpoint of trade policy that could have significant impacts on our market and ultimately the prices that we get for what we produce.
Access to a stable legal workforce remains a critical concern for agriculture. And over the last year, FFVA continued its work to advocate for policy changes to address concerns with the H-2A program. A founding member of the Agriculture Workforce Coalition, the association plays a leadership role in discussions on legislation that would put workers on a path toward earned legal status and make critically needed improvements to the H-2A program. The U.S. House of Representatives passed a bill in 2021, and a companion bill is in the works in the U.S. Senate. As COVID-19 continued to impact employers and surrounding communities, FFVA monitored efforts at the state and federal level, as well as the subsequent lawsuits that would have required private employers to mandate vaccinations. On the supply chain front, FFVA testified to the Florida Senate Agriculture Committee on the issues members were experiencing within the supply chain, and as a follow-up to that testimony, provided guidance on potential state-led solutions.
Our growers are the best at what they do in the whole world, but their job depends on a reliable and predictable supply of inputs, labor, transportation, and all of these are currently severely constrained.
On a similar note, FFVA reiterated to the U.S. Department of Transportation the importance of a strong transportation base to the efficient shipment of fruits and vegetables. FFVA keeps a constant watch on important water management issues to protect growers' access to this critical resource. This year, FFVA continued efforts to work alongside impacted stakeholders to ensure both the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers and the South Florida Water Management District are aware of the industry's concerns regarding future water supply within Lake Okeechobee. With the release of the latest framework for the Lake Okeechobee System Operating Manual, FFVA is working to ensure the level of service for water availability among permitted users in the lake service area is not diminished. FFVA also offered guidance to the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency and the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers in response to their intent to revise the definition of waters of the United States, which would repeal and replace the Navigable Waters Protection Rule, finalized in 2020. On the crop protection front, legal action was initiated by FFVA and other agriculture groups against the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency for its move to prohibit the use of chlorpyrifos on all food crops. While the rule ultimately went into effect, FFVA continues to educate regulatory agencies on the impact of this rule and help growers find innovative solutions. In coordination with agricultural consultants, partners, and the FDA, FFVA voiced concerns with the FDA's proposed rule to change certain pre-harvest agricultural water requirements for covered produce. Given the significant impact these changes will have on Florida growers, FFVA supported producers in submitting individual feedback to help refine this proposed rule. In Tallahassee, FFVA worked hard to push through several priority pieces of legislation for Florida agriculture. As a result, citrus growers received the green light to secure site-specific fertilizer rate tailoring by 4R certified crop advisors. Agricultural landowners seeking a land use change can do so without overly stringent environmental site assessment requirements by local governments. And a property's agriculture classification is now protected if it is engaged in agritourism. Funding was also secured to boost UF-IFAS nutrient application rate research and to support the Fresh from Florida program. On the federal level, as part of the national coalition it co-founded, FFVA began work this year to advocate for broad-based Farm Bill policy initiatives to address the unique needs of specialty crop growers. The Specialty Crop Farm Bill Alliance will push for continued investment in important programs, including research, nutrition, crop insurance and disaster relief, fighting pests and disease, and support for trade. A focus of FFVA and the Florida Specialty Crop Foundation is to identify and develop leaders to be strong advocates for Florida agriculture and help foster a pipeline of talent in the industry. Class 11 of the Emerging Leader Development Program participated in 5 sessions throughout the year, connecting them with the people, places, and production practices vital to specialty crop agriculture. The Mike and Karen Stewart Scholarship was also established to encourage and support college students who intend to pursue a career in the specialty crop industry. The scholarship is in recognition of the devotion and many years of service to the industry that Mike and Karen Stewart provided. This year, FFVA welcomed a few new faces to the team, including Anna Conrad, Regulatory Affairs Coordinator, and Trip Hunter, Government Affairs Manager. With these additions, FFVA rounds out its team dedicated to being a strong voice for Florida's specialty crop industry. The association remains a credible, recognized source for the news media. Local and national reporters sought out FFVA for interviews and reliable information on numerous issues throughout the year, including weather, inflation, workforce issues, citrus production, fair trade, and more. FFVA continues to leverage technology and other tools to enhance communication with members. This year, FFVA rolled out a new website for the Florida Specialty Crop Foundation and a new email platform to communicate with members. FFVA also held its second Influencer Tour in partnership with the Agriculture Communicators of Florida, bringing together 5 social media influencers to experience a behind-the-scenes look at produce farms in the Everglades agricultural area. From the farm fields to Capitol Hill, FFVA is leading the way, working to safeguard a strong future for agriculture.
A good day on the farm for me is being out in the field and walking with the plants. It's just me and the plants and God. It's a time for me to connect, to learn, and to pray and count my blessings.